Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My dear students of Honors Part 3, how you folks are doing? In my last class, I started telling you the story of Robinson Crusoe, where I told you that Robinson Crusoe disobeyed his father's wish to become a lawyer. Instead, he became a sea voyager, and he eventually became a miserable slave from a merchant trader. And today I will tell you the second part of the story. Now Crusoe is a slave. Crusoe spent the next 2 years of his life in a state of slavery. Then he got an opportunity to escape from this state of humiliation and misery by a boat belonging to his master. A young Moorish fellow by the name of Jury was on this boat with him as his master's agent, but Crusoe was able to win the cooperation and support of this fellow partly by threats and partly by persuasion. But Crusoe did not know in which direction to sail in order to touch some port far away from Sally. The result was that he and Jury kept drifting on the sea for several days. Eventually, Crusoe and Jury were picked by a Portuguese ship and taken to Brazil. With the help of the captain of this Portuguese ship, Crusoe settled in Brazil, where he bought a sugar plantation with the little money which he had in his pocket. This enterprise proved quite profitable, and soon Crusoe found himself in the middle state from the financial point of view, which had so strongly been praised by his father. But even now, Crusoe did not wish to continue living in the middle state of life. He was ambitious. He was very ambitious, and that is why he was now filled with an inordinate desire to rise faster in life than the nature of thing permitted. And after spending almost 4 years in Brazil and having become fairly prosperous, Crusoe joined a few merchants who had arranged a slave buying expedition to Guinea, a country located in Africa, not in Africa but in Latin America. It was an evil hour on the 1st September 1659 when Crusoe boarded the ship which had been filled out for the proposed expedition or journey. After the ship had been on the sea for 12 days, a violent storm began to blow. The storm drove the ship in a direction which the crew could not determine. For the next 10 or 12 days, the crew and the passengers found themselves helpless in the face of the storm. Soon the ship struck against a sand bank and got stuck there. The men, 11 in all, now lowered a boat into the sea and got into it. However, the boat was soon overwhelmed by a huge wave, and all the men found themselves struggling in the water with no hope of survival. Eventually, all the men were perished in the sea, with the exception of Crusoe, who was carried ashore by several waves, one after the other. And now Crusoe found himself on an island which was totally uninhabited. From the shore he saw the stranded ship which had been driven by the storm within a mile of the shore. He swam to the ship and obtained from it a large number of articles which could prove useful to him in his desolate condition on the island. He is now completely alone in the island. He now found himself companionless and resourceless. Seeing that he would have to help himself with regard to both shelter and food, he made several more trips to the stranded ship and obtained many more articles of which he could make good use on the island. These articles included several items of food, several weapons such as guns and pistols, considerable ammunition including gunpowder, such tools as saws, an axe, a hammer, several bottles of alcoholic drink, a box of sugar, a hammock, some clothing, some bedding, some money, a number of Bibles. Even though he knew that money was of no use on a desolate island, he kept the money with him, and a bag full of chicken feed, a bag full of nails, and a number of miscellaneous things. And he is now faced with a big trouble of living in an island where there is no companion and where there is nobody beside him to help or support him. And thank you, my dear student, to listen to my lecture, and in our next lecture we'll know the rest of the story. And until then, wish you all the very best. Thank you very much.